All right, welcome to the first episode of Ruggers this week. Francois, the first we're going to discuss is the Under-20 SA of SARU Cup that started yesterday. The first round was played. Apparently on Thursday they decided it's not going to be streamed on SuperSports channel or app. Disappointing.
Very. What's the point of having a competition? Myself as a rugby supporter, and I'm sure there's many of us out there, would like to see the young talent play. I mean, these are boys that have excelled at school just recently, 1 or 2 years ago, now been contracted. There's lots of people who like to see how they're playing now and how they're developing. And now this is not being broadcasted and not even live streamed on internet. I mean, I'm not expecting TV time, but at least on the internet.
And the problem is these kids use the footage of these matches for their portfolios if they apply for another place or placing or whatever, and it's just, I think the Bulls had somebody with a camera there.
But I think that's for their own match analysis, if I recall correctly. It's not for public broadcasting. So I don't know. What's the point of having it if you're going to be playing it, in your own time? I mean, the match with the young Bulls were played on the B field as well yesterday.
Yeah, at 11 o'clock. Yeah, I don't mind if they played on the B field or the E field, as long as, I mean, there must be live coverage. This is your only South African competition apart from the Currie Cup.
That's been broadcasted.
So we've got...
Or not being broadcasted. No.
We went from 5 competitions to 2, and then we don't even have the...
Very disappointing, but yeah.
The first match we attended was the Lions won 32-30.
Yeah, tight and close encounter. Bulls actually dominated, I think, most of the play territory, but Lions found openings in the Bulls' defence and still managed to score against.
But I expected a much bigger score because, I mean, you've got 5 under-20 Springboks.
I think it's 7 or 5.
Yeah, 5 at the back, in the back
and
line.
2 in the front row. Yeah.
Two up front, and
yeah, surprisingly, it was a close encounter. I mean, you said before the game you were expecting a 20 point
yeah, 20-30 points
for Lions, but kudos to the Bulls that came, arrived and played on the day and played quite well.
And the Lions snatched it at the end. There was a penalty.
Right at the end with the penalty kick. Yeah.
All right, so what we'll do, as we continue and we have the privilege to go and attend matches, I don't know if you can sort out the favourites and everything if you watch one game a week.
No, it's a bit difficult.
Yeah, but okay, the Bulls' strong point is the type of rugby they play. You can see Wessel du Plessis of Grey College is there. Very fast interplay between the forwards and the backs, and they like to run the ball. Very
much so. I mean, there were some very well worked backline moves which I have never seen in the Bulls team. So
but you're from Paarlgym. Whenever you attend a Grey College match, you had your eyes closed the whole time.
No, but I remember I said to you yesterday, I was very surprised, pleasantly surprised about the way that the Bull backline is playing. I mean,
the pack of forwards also.
Exactly, total different brand of rugby. So keep it up. Very exciting.
The Lions had a problem at, I don't want to call 9, I think Nico had a good job, but they do have a problem at 10 because unfortunately the whole fluency of the backline stopped there. I think they got, although we say that the Bulls dominated up front, the Lions had their share of good quality attacking ball.
Just didn't make use of it.
The fly-off just couldn't get his backline going. And then if the ball went past him, it was as if everyone wanted to prove themselves, and it once-off runs and that kind of stuff.
And it was slow because by the time it came to Quinn Horn, he was smothered by the Bulls' defence very quickly on the outside. A couple of times, not just one, at least 3 or 4 times. So yes.
Right, a bit surprised. Like I said, I thought the Lions were supposed to win by at least 20 points. Great stuff, Wessel. The other match, also a surprise, but not really. The Leopards won 36-25 against the Cheetahs in Potchefstroom. surprised because you expect the cheetahs, but if you go into the whole setup of both unions, the leopards are basically the Picker or what Northwest University or the Eagles rugby academy.
Yes.
So that's a very close knit group of players that stay with each other and play with each other, where the cheetahs depend a lot on the Shimlas for their junior players.
Yeah.
And they had to travel to Potchefstroom. That's never a nice trip. So yeah, the leopard showed that, and I'm sure the leopard is going to upset, if we may call this an upset, the leopard is going to upset quite a few more teams.
Oh, well done. Why not? Make it interesting.
So yeah, 36-25 for the leopards. And then another surprise, the Eastern Province against the Sharks. The Sharks did win 47-23 as we expected. I thought it would be a much bigger margin.
Yeah, specifically with the state of EP rugby at this stage.
Yeah, and the Sharks showed 5 of the Sharks' tries came from the forwards. So from that we can
deduce.
Yeah, and if you had quite a bit of whiskies, you can call it another word also. But the Sharks dominated up front because, I mean, they had 5 of their 7 tries scored by their forwards. The Sharks, according to me, the better team of the 7 teams.
At this stage.
Yeah, but also the guys they contracted. There is 1 or 2 of the team of the players that's still involved with the Sharks. We'll see now if Rossi and them are going to release some players back to the unions, which will give them use of those under 20s also. But the Sharks has the senior side, if I can call it the most under 20 quality players. So at this stage the Sharks must be the favourite, even if it's on paper. And then the Western Province didn't play, it was their bye. So next week we've got the Sharks against the Bulls. That would be quite an interesting match, especially seeing that the Bulls did perform quite well up front. Okay, and then we have the Cheetahs against the Eastern Province. At this stage the 2 guys chasing the wooden spoon. And then Western Province against the Leopards. We'll see what the Leopards does to the Western Province at Cape Town Stadium.
Yeah, interesting.
But still, I mean, it was the first match of in almost 2 years for most of these boys.
And the first of many to come.
Yeah, hopefully many to come.
It's only a schedule on this competition.
Yeah, but remember, it's only a single round, so they're going to play 6 matches and then semi-finals and finals. But yeah, we'll do as much as we can to get footage. I've spoken to some coaches, they are willing to send me footage, and we must just get permission from SARU and Supersport to use that footage, even though it's not their footage. We must get permission from them to use the footage to set up a highlight package of the games. So we are going to try that, but like I said, first we need the permission from the powers
that be.
Yeah. All right, so let's have a look. Next weekend, some more exciting under 20 rugby.
Always good.
Always good. Thank you so much.